So, my friends, thank you for showing up for meditation. This practice is, it started out to be how to be okay. And then it's kind of transformed into everything is already okay in the moment. Let's take some deep breaths, maybe some shoulder rolls, just to settle and ground. Try and let the breath go, exhaling slowly, maybe through the mouth, maybe like you're breathing out of a straw, or maybe you're doing a sigh breath, or even the ocean breath. Good. And just see what, doesn't feel okay right now for you. And to see if you can just think about letting go into the moment. It's not always about letting it go because life happens and there's things we can't change, so many things we can't change. But just to land here one more time. Big breath, exhale, and settle. Shoulders down, ground. Maybe close eyes to go inside, tuning inwards and anchoring your mind to your breath. So focusing on the natural breath, watching the coming and going. Just like the sound of the bell comes and goes. Just let the breath be whatever it needs to be. So apparently we do these natural sighs every 12 minutes. We mostly we don't realize we're doing this because we're not aware. So just if a sigh comes along, let it come along. To tune into the body that breathes. See what is present at this time. And so we welcome it all in, whatever that entails in the moment. That's all we're dealing with is the present moment. So if there are any aches or pains or tensions or tiredness or issues or ailments or dis-ease, anywhere that is out of ease in the body. And it's okay to not feel okay. So also hold space for that. But we're holding space for what is present. So in the moment, see if you can relax into your body a little more somewhere. Just notice if your teeth are clenching or your jaws tense, unclench. Allow the tongue to be soft. Just Let your eyes be soft behind the curtains of your eyelids. Your brow unfurrowed. And your shoulders let go. Any weight of the world you've been carrying. And as you encourage an upright spine, supportive, steady, strong, allow the front body, your belly, your chest to be in a place of softness and openness. Hmm. Just let the breath come and go. Feel the breath anywhere in the body that you like. Maybe you can relax a bit more in your hips or your legs, your feet. And so if things show up that you're not okay with, I mean, who is okay with, having discomforts in the body in any shape or form? Of course, we don't want that. And the mind often gets involved. The mind has its storyteller, its narrator. And this often comes from, if we think about the true self, capital S is the witness, the higher form of ourself that is always patient and understanding and peaceful and loving and kind and compassionate. We also have what's called the false self. That could be considered our ego side, the I maker as the storyteller. And this storyteller always has something to say about everything. So there might be a story linked to the body. So, whatever the body awareness is, what's going on, what you're struggling with, the mind wants to discuss it, critique it, criticize it. It wants to explain it. It wants to understand it. And with the thoughts, they are directly linked to the emotions. So then there can be emotions that make us feel like we're not okay with the present the way it is. So I think this is important to first understand. This is kind of the inner workings of all of us being human beings. And we can hold space for that. So I first heard this mantra, everything is already okay, from a Kripalu yoga teacher called Stephan Cope. Some of you are familiar of his work through trainings with me. And he writes a story in one of his books, Yoga and the Quest for the True Self. I believe it was on, I don't know why I remember this. It's page 92 or 94, something like that. But he speaks about this experience of everything is already okay when he first learned this mantra from Swami Kripalu, or it might have even been his disciple Amrit Desai. And he was not okay with this mantra, but because he's like, but everything doesn't feel okay at times. And so he really struggled with this mantra, just to repeat, everything is already okay. No matter what is going on, everything is already okay. And let me preface this, in the moment. Stephen Cope says, nothing to change. There's nothing to change, nothing to improve. In the moment. And maybe us humans live life, and there is this underlying sense that we're not okay, we're not enough, we're not worthy. Maybe we avoid this, we try to fill and then avoid and numb and distract with all the things that make us feel good and make us feel okay. Which again is feeding into the false self of, oh, I need to achieve this, I need to have this, get this, whatever it might be, and I feel better. And this phrase, everything is already okay, it shows up in a lot of the Eastern traditions as wisdom, a wisdom teaching. But I think it could sometimes be a spiritual bypassing to just simply say to somebody struggling, oh, everything's already okay. It feels like a little punch in the gut. So it doesn't mean to dismiss real suffering or avoid responsibility or suppress emotions. So it can be used to deny reality rather than accept it with awareness. So as we bring in the wisdom perspective of it from a deep spiritual lens, it points to the idea that at the most fundamental level, beyond the mind's grasping and aversion, so those things we cling to that we want and we push away that we don't want, beyond that, in the mind, everything is already whole, complete, and at peace. And reality unfolds, life unfolds as it is, as it will. And suffering arrives often when we resist the moment as it is. So, in a sense, seeing that everything is already okay in the moment can be a form of radical acceptance. Maybe a letting go of unnecessary struggle and a reminder to trust in the present moment as it is. As you continue to do this simple instruction for practice, just to simply be present with the moment. Even though it's a simple instruction, it's not always easy. So I honor each one of you for showing up again to come back to the practice of the present moment, to watch your breath, and watch the body that breathes as we sit at the riverbank of life, and the river still is moving and flowing by, and your thoughts like clouds are still floating by. And you are like the spacious sky, as being the witness, the watcher, with compassion and loving kindness. And maybe think about this higher part of you, the higher self, the true capital S self. It's maybe whispering the mantra, everything is already okay in this moment, here and now. Everything is already okay. So the wisdom of this phrase, everything is already okay, accepts reality with clarity and presence. It's not bypassing, but maybe a deeper understanding might be everything is already okay and there is work to be done. This allows you to hold space for both acceptance and action, embracing the present moment while also growing, healing with loving kindness and compassion. Dan Harris, who is a meditation teacher, he's the author of a book called 10% Happier. He said it's okay to not be okay. And paradoxically, that is the root to okayness. And that makes me smile a little. So you can bring a sweet smile. And I think this higher self, the wiser self of you, the part of you in the director's chair, witnessing, is smiling. It's almost like this little Mona Lisa smile. It's like they know. So everything's already okay, even though our human side might be fighting with what is. I just invite you to put your hands over your heart. And as you maybe connect with this witness consciousness, higher self, and as they remind you that you are perfect the way you are in this moment, the moment is already okay the way it is. And just see if there's any other guidance or wisdom they want to share with you at this moment in time. They're smiling at you. They have something, a little gift, a little nugget. Just be open to hear and listen from your heart space. And just take a nice full deep breath in, let go with a sigh. And offer a little bow to this higher self to thank them for the message. And the mantra today, as you join your hands together, open your three middle fingers, and then peer into the lotus flower, the diamond light. Just knowing we all have this diamond light within. Om Mani Padme Hum. May the jewel within the lotus be realized. Feeling your hands, bring your thumbs to your heart space. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Om Peace, Peace, Peace. And I thank you so much for meditating with me. I honor the light within you. Namaste, my friends.